One of the primary purposes of building a chatbot is in order to have a conversational interface for a third-party API. And what I'm going to do today is show you how to do that on the Hootoma platform. So we've already done some work in wrapping up the Giphy search API into a webhook that's hosted on AWS Lambda. Now, the method of building on the Hootoma platform for this is using intent-based training. So I'm going to skip past this page, which is our bot store, because it's not required on this bot build. Now, I'm going to take you through to the intent page on the left-hand side. Now, we're going to call this intent GIF. Now you open the intents section of the platform. Now here you can see a few sections, user expressions, entities, responses, and then the webhook address. So here in user expressions, these are examples of how the user might ask for the intent, so the things that they might ask to be done by the chatbot. So for example, in this case, we might just suggest GIF, give me a GIF, GIFs, and for this example, I think that's enough. Now, in the entities section, what we're able to do is restrict the entities or restrict the words that will enable this intent to be triggered. So for example, if we wanted to restrict this to only give GIFs of cats, then we would need to create an entity type called cats. Now, what I've already done is created that on here, so I can just show you how we would add it. We have a section here, an entity type called cats. I could select this. The number of prompts here is the number of times the bot will ask for the information if it isn't given it, and if it doesn't understand the request. So for example, if we were to say GIF nothing else, it would continue to trigger or continue to prompt us to give it some information, which in this case would need to be cats. So here we could type a prompt that is give, ask me for a GIF of a cat. Click add prompts. Sorry, we've done that already. And on the right hand side, we just need to make sure we give it the webhook a label. Sorry, the entity a label. Click add entity, and there it is. Now, responses are basically the response from the bot when the intent is triggered. So we have two options here. Now, we can give a response that doesn't need to connect to a third-party API, but in our case, we would like to do that. So we would use a webhook address. So we can copy this here. This is the webhook that's on AWS Lambda. And in the response section, we can set up a fallback response, essentially. So, sorry, we couldn't find the GIF. Okay. Now, we're actually not going to restrict our users to cats. We've decided that we'd actually like them to be able to search for any type of GIF. So we're going to remove the cats entity type here, delete this, and continue through the process. What we need to do now is click Save Intent. What have we done? There we go. We don't have any entity types required now, so we can just click Save Intent. Click Restart Training, make sure you do this. And now I can take you through to the integrations page. So here we can connect to Facebook. Clicking this button brings up the pages that I manage on Facebook. So I'm going to integrate this directly to the Hootoma Facebook page. Here we go. So it says it's connected, which means I can then move over to Messenger to check that it works. I think we're here. Let's ask it GIF. Just wait for it to give us a response here. As you can see, we've actually ended up getting a cat anyway. So what I'm going to do now is just take you through the section on the platform again, which is entities, and just take you through the process of how you can build an entity type. So in the situation before where we wanted to restrict our users to only be able to ask for cat gifs, I created an entity type called cat, which is here. I just added cat in the top, clicked create entity. But since I've already built this, what I can do is show you the entity type that I had built. Okay, we're on to the entity section of the page, and from here, what we can do is add values that form part of the entity category. So I've added a few examples: cat, cat, kitten, kittens, within this entity class. Now, once you've created this, you can click Save Entity, and essentially this is good to go. In the entity section, just as something that helps you get going on Hootoma faster, we have a number of system entities, things like time, date, places. So this is, imagine every city, location in the world. We can basically type that in and it's recognized automatically by Hootoma. So it saves you some time in listing all of these out. Okay, so let's just go back to Messenger and check for good measure another GIF. So Neymar has just moved from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain. So let's see whether it's got a GIF for him. Just being a little bit slow today. There you go. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.